Napoli fans around the world, welcome to Napoli Talk. Last night, Napoli beat Roma 2-1 at the San Paolo, and with that result, we go level on points with them at 48. Now, the head-to-head is the same. We lost 2-1 on the first game. We won this one 2-1, so what makes a difference here is goal difference, where Roma are just slightly better than us, but I have no doubt that we'll be able to catch up to that and we'll be finishing 5th at the end of the season. And that's because if we take a look at the stats, we clearly showed we're the better team. 21 shots, 11 of which on target, almost 60% possession, 8 corners, and then you have Roma stats on the other hand, which are far less than that. And with that many shots, I can't even begin to describe all of them. This video would take roughly about the same length as the match. So what I'll do actually is that I'll tell a story of this game based on the player ratings. So if we start from the bottom, I think Di Lorenzo and Demme had a bad game. Di Lorenzo started off with a few bad passes, and against Spinazzola, he was always second best. Roma always looked dangerous down that left. And then if we take a look at Roma's goal, we can clearly see how Di Lorenzo left too much gap to Mkhitaryan with the ball. Mkhitaryan made a run of about 30-40 meters with the ball, and Di Lorenzo never got close enough. Then when he finally cut inside, Di Lorenzo got caught off and wasn't able to close down the gap and allowed Mkhitaryan with a free shot on goal, which beat Meret. But what we have to do is also look at where was Demme in the build-up of this Roma goal. You can see that Mkhitaryan, as I said, was running with the ball, and Demme should be the type of player that is there to stop these kind of counters and is able to help and protect the defense, and he was completely missing. He was nowhere near the ball, and that happened way too often. Roma had a similar chance with Pellegrini, which Manolas managed to block, and again Demme was nowhere near. And that's because I think the yellow card at the start of the game, only about 4 minutes in, really affected his game, and he was never really able to cover as much as we normally see him cover. But again, this game was completely dominated by Napoli, and the two players that made it all happen were Insigne and Mario Rui on the left-hand side. And I'm not sure which one of them is going to be man of the match for you guys. Comment that down below. For me, I like them both. I can't pick. They both deserve an 8. But let's start off with Mario Rui. So in the first half, he gave a brilliant ball to Zielinski, who put him one-on-one against the keeper, which Zielinski missed. A few minutes later, another beautiful ball inside the box for Eric Milik. Milik hits the crossbar, it comes back to Callejon, and Callejon then misses from about 5 yards. And then in the second half, again, another beautiful trajectory on his cross, straight to Callejon, who once again is on that offside line beautifully and puts it in the goal. A great pass by Mario Rui, and he was so close to even scoring a goal. He was one-on-one with the keeper at one point, and I can't fault him too much for missing. Goals are not really what we expect from Mario Rui, but a great display, also very good in defense, covering his side. And really, Mario Rui has been in great form over the last few months, which is great news. And then we have Insigne, who throughout the game was running back and forth, also creating beautiful chances. The best chance he created in the first half was through ball to Callejon, puts him basically in front of the keeper, and Callejon messes up. And then obviously Insigne scored a beautiful goal in the second half for the 2-1. And this is the type of goal that only champions can score. And really the keeper had no chance. It's a classic Insigne shot. And let's not forget that a year ago he would have tried this shot 5-6 times in a game, but today he showed true maturity and only tried this kind of shot once, twice, because he's only really shooting when he feels like the chance is exactly there for him. But what I really liked about Insigne was his desire to cover as well. We can see here on the 60th minute mark, Roma are on a counter. Cluvier has the ball. Koulibaly manages to recover it, but look who's there covering in case Cluvier gets past Koulibaly. Exactly. Lorenzo Insigne running 50 yards back to try and help out, and that's exactly the type of thing that our captain needs to be doing, and I think that today really showed what he's all about. As for the rest of the team, I think they all deserve a 6.5. You have Callejon, who missed a few chances but ended up scoring. Milik, he had maybe 2 half chances. One of them he hit the post, and one of them, as he was falling, he managed to get a shot away. Everyone else was quite solid, so I think a 6.5 to everyone else is fair. And as for Mr. Gattuso, I think he deserves a 7. I think the way we outplayed Roma was great. Roma tried to make it difficult for us by playing a really high line, and obviously without the speed of a Lozano or a Mertens up front. They thought that that could sort of stop us from entering the box, but the way Napoli played, the way we constructed our passes and our maneuvers, especially with Mario Rui and Insigne, obviously we managed to get through and behind that defense anyways. We did let Roma counter a bit too much, we were a bit too exposed, but I think that the amount of chances that we created really overcompensates that. I think we could have had 6 or 7 goals. And also the team looked very motivated, and you have to give credit to Gattuso, because to do that after a 2-0 loss is always great news. You know, some teams, they lose once and then it's sort of a downhill from there. But for us, we managed to bounce back very nicely. Now guys, Wednesday is a big day. Not only am I getting my first haircut in a while since lockdown, but we play against Genoa. So if you like this video and you want Napoli to win against Genoa, then hit that like button and make sure you're subscribed. And as always, sempre Forza Napoli!